Hi, this is Mrs. Brode, and we're going to start Unit 3, which is all about equations. We'll start with one-step equations today. We'll keep building on it with two-step equations, multi-step equations, variables on both sides, and so on. So we're going to review a couple things really quick before we get started. The first one is what the word inverse means. Okay? And the word inverse means opposite. So we want to figure out what is the mathematical opposite operation for the following. So if you're adding, what's the opposite of adding? And that would be to subtract. So then on the flip side, what's the opposite of subtracting? And that would be to add. What about for multiply? What is the opposite of multiply? The opposite of multiply is to divide, which means that the opposite of divide must be to multiply. So we need to know these things because that is how we solve equations. We need to do the opposite operation to get something to cancel out on one side of the equation. Okay, so here's one that we might not use all the time, square. What does it mean to square something? So 2 squared, 2 times itself would be 4. So what's the opposite of squaring something? Well, the opposite of squaring something would be to take the square root. So 2 squared is 4, so the opposite would be to do the square root of 4, which would be 2. Okay, so solving equations is like a puzzle. That's why you see the puzzle pieces on here. We're trying to figure out what the missing piece would be. So we're going to be working with equations. In equations, you notice the equal sign. What the equations mean is that both sides of the equation have to be equal. So we're trying to figure out what would make an equation equal. So we start. Let's look at example 1. Our variable is r. Our goal is to get r by itself, to figure out what is the value of r. So I'm going to look at this at 2 separate sides. On the left side, we've got r plus 12, and on the right side, we've got equals 48. So we're trying to figure out what r would be so that it makes this equation true. So what we want to do is isolate, get r by itself. So we have to move the 12 to the other side. And we do that by undoing the operation or doing the inverse of that operation. So you see in this problem, 12 is added to r. So if you look back at the top, the opposite of adding is to subtract 12. So whatever we do to the left side, we also have to do to the right side. So we subtracted 12 on the left. We also have to subtract 12 on the right. So I like to show how this works, how this cancels out. If you have a positive 12 and you subtract 12, you're left with nothing on that. So we're going to bring down our r and our equal sign. So now on the right, we've got 48 minus 12, which is 36. So we have solved for the value of r. R is 36. So if we did this correctly, we can take the original equation and plug in 36 for r. So 36 plus 12 equals 48. 36 plus 12 does equal 48. So we do have a balanced equation. So that's just a good way to go back and check your answer to make sure that it works out. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Number 2, we're trying to get the variable y by itself. So in order to do that, we have to move the 14 to the other side of the equation. But you always have to look at what is in front of a number, and you see that it's a negative or a minus sign. So the opposite of subtracting 14 would be to add 14. And again, whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. By doing that, you can see we canceled out 14. We bring down our y, and 18 plus 14 is 32. So of course, take the couple seconds and plug this back in just to make sure we're correct. So I'm gonna plug the 32 back in for y and see if I get 18 on both sides. So you can check that. 32 minus 14 is 18. 18 equals 18, so my equation is correct. Notice each time I'm writing my answer, I'm writing the answer equal to the variable, because what we're really trying to do is say what the value of that variable is. Okay, it doesn't change just because we have a fraction. Okay, we still go through the same process. We can still see that our variable here is x. We can also see that x is added to 1/9. So the opposite of adding would be to subtract. So we would have to subtract 1/9 from the left side, but we'd also have to subtract 1/9 from the right side. So once again, if you want to see that the positive 1/9 minus 1/9 cancels out, we bring down our x. Now we have to be careful. This is a negative in front of the 4/9. So that is negative 4/9 minus 1/9. So if you go back to subtracting fractions, you remember that the denominators remain the same and you subtract the numerators. So we've got negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5 ninths. Negative 5 ninths. So you can see that I went ahead and checked that by plugging in negative 5 ninths in for x. And it is indeed equal on both sides of the equation. Okay, so let's look at number 4, because number 4 is a little bit different. If you look at it, we've got negative 7 equals z minus a negative 12. So if you remember, we've talked about before, minus a negative is exactly the same as adding a positive. So this is a little confusing to look at to know what we're going to move to the other side. So let's fix this. Let's fix our minus a negative by making it plus a positive. And I'm going to rewrite that as negative 7 equals z plus 12. That makes it much easier to look at. So now it does not matter that our variable is now on the right side. We still want to get that z by itself, so it's the plus 12 that we need to move to the other side. So how are we going to do that? We got to know what the opposite or the inverse operation of adding is, and it is subtracting 12. Plus 12 minus 12 cancels out. Negative 7 minus 12 is negative 19 equals z. So the value of z is negative 19. We can still plug it back in and see. Negative 7 equals negative 19 minus negative 12. I'm plugging it into the original, which is the same as negative 19 plus 12. Yep, it works. So that's one of the many things I love about equations is you can take your answer and you can plug it back in. And if you don't get both sides to be equal, then somewhere you missed a step. Okay, so that first page was really just adding and subtracting. So we're going to move into a couple other operations now. If you notice in number 5, you've got negative 68 equals negative 4m, but you don't really see an operation there. If the negative 4 or if the number and the variable are side by side, that represents multiplication. So we do still want to get this m by itself on the right side. So we got to think, if it's being multiplied by -4, what is the opposite of multiplying by -4? And that would be to divide. So this is how we show division. You can see that -4 divided by -4 is going to make 1. So that we don't need to write 1m. Okay. Also remember, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And so we're going to do -68 divided by -4. So this is where those integer rules are really important, because what you see here is we are dividing a negative by a negative. And when you divide a negative by a negative, you get a positive. So -64 divided by -4 is 17, and that is equal to our variable m. Just like with addition and subtraction, you can still go back and plug this in and check it. So we get -68 equals -4 times 17, a positive 17, and a negative times a positive is a negative. So yep, we get both sides to equal -68, so it all works out. All right, so the next one is a little bit different. Again, we have a fraction in front of that variable. So it is still, yes, it is still being multiplied. So one way would be to divide both sides by -5/2. Okay, if you're doing that in a calculator, that's totally fine. You could do -55 divided by -5/2. Another way to get rid of that fraction is to multiply by the reciprocal. And what the reciprocal is the opposite, or the fraction flipped. So the reciprocal of -5/2 is -2/5. So I'll show you that here. The reciprocal of -5/2 is -2/5. Notice I just flip-flopped those. So in order to get rid of that fraction in the front, I can multiply -5/2 by -2/5. So how does that work? Well, you can see this is 2/2. Those would cancel out. The 5/5 would cancel out. And then negative times a negative would cancel out, and you'd be left with a. But you still got to do it again on the other side. So you now need to multiply the -55 by the reciprocal, -2/5. So if you remember multiplying fractions, that's really like -55/1. If you wanted to just multiply your numerators across and your denominators across, you can do that, but it always needs to be simplified. The other thing you could look at is 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 55 11 times. So I can multiply -11 times -2, remembering that two negatives cancel out and make a positive, and I get 22. So you can see here, if you plug that back in and simplify, you can see on the left side, -5 times 11 does equal -55. So we were correct when we check our answer. So let's look at number 7. A/5 equals 8. So what this means right here, that means division. So that is being divided. A divided by 5 equals 8. So we got to think to ourselves, what divided by 5 equals 8? So many of you could probably tell me that right now, but let's say, let's go ahead and show how that would work. Sorry, I was trying to erase that there so I had more room. So the opposite of dividing by 5 would be to multiply by 5. So you could see 5 over 5 would cancel out. I'd also multiply the right side by 5, and I would get A equals 40. This is a pretty easy one to check. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Yes, it is. 8 equals 8. So my answer of A equals 40 was correct. So at this point, I want you to pause the video and I want you to try number 8 and number 9 on your own. I'll give you a little hint here on number 8. I want you to look back at number 6 for help on how to solve that problem. On number 9, I want you to look back at number 7 for help on how to solve that problem. So go ahead and pause the video, work your problems, start it back when you're ready. Okay, so let's look at number 8. Negative 2.1 equals 1/8 r. So this was like number 6 because you were multiplying by a fraction. So the opposite, or what you do to undo multiplying by a fraction, is you actually multiply by its reciprocal. So if the fraction is 1/8, its reciprocal is 8 over 1, or just 8. So notice I multiplied both sides by 8, and I got 8 times negative 2.1 equals negative 16.8. So that was the value of r. On number 9, this was similar to number 7 because we were dividing. F divided by negative 2. The opposite of dividing is multiplying. So I'd multiplied each side by negative 2 to get the negative 2's to simplify, to cancel out. So negative 2 times negative 14 equals 28. You can quickly check that mentally. 28 divided by negative 2, yes, it is negative 14. Okay. All right, our next lesson will be on two-step equations, where we'll be doing 2 operations in 1 problem.